Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend. And remember, if you're watching this on Sunday night, tomorrow morning the podcast to go with this video featuring the Dunlap family comes out. It'll be released at 6 in the morning. That way you can start your work week off right. I also just want to say thank you to the Dunlaps for having me over to go hunting. And it was a really great time getting to meet them, and their dogs look great. And if you're new here and you're enjoying these videos and you want to make some recommendations or get in touch with me or see stuff before it's posted and also have access to the video podcasts, make sure you check out my Patreon page. It's linked below. And also keep in mind, if you're buying a new Big Dog Light, you can use code STARK10 to save some money. And also, if you're buying a new Dogtra Pathfinder tracking system, you can use code STARK5 to save some money as well. This hunt was a great time, and I really enjoyed meeting them. And I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching.
That's Homer, well, they call him Slider now. He's owned by Alan Stonecipher.
Okay.
And he's the one he named after me, Chuck. My two's in the box here.
What's kind of cool about him, so I sold him to Alan and got him back to hunt for, and Alan, me and him has become really good friends. And he sent me a female out of Fred Bear that we bred to Coleton. And me and Alan actually partnered up on this pup, so we're 2 dogs deep with Alan now, and I'm really happy about it. He's a good guy. Slider.
You want me to help you, bud?
No, I got it. Come on. Get back.
So which one are we hunting first?
This is Chuck. He's out of Coleton, and Schooner River Flakes, her paper name, but I call her Snow. Stonecipher owns the guy that owns Slider, owns her. Not treeing a kid every time you cut him loose, but he's treed quite a few kids. He'll go hunting and try, you know what I mean?
So someone wanted me to ask you, since you've started so many dogs, kind of take us through the process of having a puppy and making it into some sort of a champion.
Well, first, if you got to take real good physical care of them, that's a real important thing to make sure that they have good nutrition, they're not full of worms, they're healthy. And I've always considered myself a good picker of a pup to train. Watching them, they'll let you know. Anybody that tells you, hey, I don't like an early starting pup, I don't know what to think of them, because anybody that blows a pup up or says they blow up, trace the chain that's hooked to the pup back up to the hand holding it, and that's the person that blowed it up. They don't blow up. Anything that starts early is, if you have the right mindset, you can develop it. You can develop it and make it into something good. And it's not going to blow up on you unless you do stuff to it that, well, it's like saying you don't teach a kindergartner algebra. They're not ready for algebra. You teach them to count first, and then later on down the line they'll learn algebra. That's basically not putting too much on them. You follow me?
So basically, you got to listen to the pup and progress it where it's at.
Yes.
Don't expect a world champion just because it's treed one coon.
Yes, that's right. And it's time spent in the woods night after night that develops the dog into what it's going to be.
Do you walk on them when they're real little?
No. Never have walk hunted a pup. I turn it loose and it's going to go hunting. If I've let them mess around sometimes and go hunting. That pup is struck in there. I don't know how far he is in there.
About a couple hundred yards.
We just saw it. It's crawling down the tree. Right there it is. We're wrapped around there. A snag den.
Did you get to see the coon on
Yeah,
the...
I believe so.
Right. I'll see if he's still on the outside.
He went to the other side. Some I saw him. Good job, buddy. Crawled into the den. They're gonna get their other dog here and turn it loose here in a second.
He filmed it going down into a hole. While he was walking in. He got it. It was kind of cool.
They cut the old dog loose. He's in there treed. Got one. Right.
Outside, you know?
Yeah.
Boar coon sitting on the outside. Old saddle inside.
That's a good sign though. Snowing and cold and windy, but they're got too quick.
Get him, boy. Get him, son. Get
Two
him.
dogs, the two coon, and probably about 3 minutes total.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah, that's a good size one.
I'll put him in there and I'll help you get that.
What's this one?
This one is Slider. So when me and Dad raised and trained him from a baby, we called him Homer, Buck Creek Crow's Homer. Well, I sold him to Alan Stonecipher. He got in, I think he got third in the Super Stakes, his 1-year-old Super Stakes.
Ryan was hunting him.
Ryan Croson was hunting him, and then I just hunted him and he's 2-year-old, and we made it to the top 12, I believe. We've gotten some pro classics. Got in the semifinals of a truck hunt. We haven't really hit the hunts real hard, but I think this year is going to be our year to kind of get him out there and me handle him in some big hunts. But he's a pretty nice dog, and he's also out of Croson.
Nice looking dog.
Thanks. He's a big one compared to most Croson dogs. He's a big one.
All right, while we're waiting on him, you want to kind of explain what you did there, that last one?
So, well, when you're keeping a dog fresh for the hunts, you got to put them in different scenarios. So Croson's older, but there's never too old to learn a lesson. We let the pup get treed. He's still young. I want to get in there and handle him. And what we'll do, we'll cut a dog towards a treed dog, and that you do that in hunts, and you need to keep it fresh. You got to remember that this is practice. You know, you're practicing for the Super Bowl
You
out
don't
here.
ever want a dog going to a dead tree.
A dead tree, right. And so that's what we'll do.
That does not have nothing to do with them treeing with another dog. That's fine. But a dead tree where dogs already set and treed, you want them to know that's a no-no.
Right. And so we'll do that every once in a while if we get in the right block in the right scenario. It's always good. He taught me a long time ago, when you go out here, always better the dog in some way. Even if it takes all night, make some progress somehow, some way, you know. So that's kind of what we did there, and I think people need to keep that in mind. You get a dog doing consistently, you know, a dog learns by repetition, which is a positive thing, but repetition can also be a negative thing. if you repeatedly do the same thing over and over, you're not introducing them to different scenarios. And when they get introduced to those scenarios in competition, you can see negative results, and you'll face the consequence of them, which is ultimately losing, in
Right.
that situation.
So we were talking about starting a pup before, and kind of your process. You said you don't walk on them.
No, and I like for a pup, and people that don't live where there's quite a bit of amount of coon may disagree with this, but if you keep a pup thinking that he's the only thing in the world that knows how to tree a coon, you're a lot better off. You're a lot better off. They have confidence in themselves. They don't necessarily, when they hear a dog bark, they don't go right straight to that dog because this dog knows more than I do. That they kind of just do their own thing, and that saves on doing a lot of correcting. You may not have to do as much correcting on one that is raised that way, where they believe that they know everything. Kids, you can talk to a kid, you can't talk to a dog.
Right.
And if I make a mistake with a kid, there's another man can come along and he can say, hey, your dad or your uncle, he was wrong. And that kid can understand that. When you're with an animal, no one can communicate to him to say, hey, that guy's an idiot. You didn't need that.
Right.
You gotta use good common sense with an animal, and it's helped me raising kids. I never made some of the mistakes with kids that I see other people do, because first of all, the worst thing you can do to a kid if you're teaching him to hunt is blame everything on him. When he makes a mistake, explain the mistake to him. But I've seen men that love their dog more than they do their kid, and they'll blame everything on that kid that goes wrong in a night hunt. You can ask him. I've never done that to him. I'll tell him when the dog messed him up, and I'll also tell him when he messed up. But I won't blame him for something he didn't do. And the same thing with a dog. You got to kind of, when something happens that isn't that dog's fault, you can't get mad at that dog. I've seen people whip their dog just because they lost a cast, and their dog did okay, they just lost.
Yeah.
That's no good. You got to use good common sense and good judgment. And correcting a dog is fine. When you go beyond correcting to punting,
He just fell to, I believe, that was a locate.
when you go beyond that, you're just scaring an animal.
Right.
And it's fearing for its life. It can't learn.
And that's worrying about you instead of...
worrying about what, is this man going to kill me?
Weird, he might have struck off the end.
Yep. They are starting to breed, so that'll probably happen some. Especially just the little walking I've done in here. There's a good amount of den trees in here.
Oh, yeah. I knew what kind of night it was going to be, and I wanted to come to a place where we could at least produce a coon or two.
Well, the first two were pretty good, real quick. Even, about 20 degrees, windy, snowing.
He's treed now. Are you going to recast him, Coleton?
Yeah.
Then I'll stay up here and I'll watch you on the Garmin. And you know what, down there on Bill Road.
Yeah.
You might come out down there, and if not, you can come back to the truck.
There he is.
Get him, boy. I seen that. I know I seen that too. He was real low.
They're active, they're moving.
He wasn't higher than one of them right there in this tree right here. And he must have went up and crossed over. Get him, boy.
Good job, buddy. Up the hill.
Yeah.
The type of night.
We're having a good night. It's going good so far. We might have just jinxed ourselves. But we've said we're having a good night a few times, and we didn't.
Even if we jinxed ourselves, we've already treed 3.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what kind of track that is. He's the type of dog where he's operating the best. He's making 2 or 3 ground barks and come a treed. He can run a track good, but I like when he gets in that mode where he's firing in there and he'll just fall treed, you know. But he can run a track pretty good.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
In this.
Yeah. No
So
kidding.
you can see in the video it's snowing and the wind's picked up quite a bit from earlier. And it's, I'd say, at least 20.
One thing I've learned hunting him, he's gonna take you on a walk at least once. I don't think he's satisfied until he does. But hopefully he don't abuse us on this drop.
Yeah, those first 3 coon were
pretty close, really. Yeah. The pup, he was treed, I think, like I said, it was a couple 100 yards, and then Coleton treed, what, 100 yards
from that one.
100 from that one, and that one there wasn't very far at all. You know, that one, I can't even remember what he was there. It wasn't a far walk, was it?
No,
it wasn't.
Luckily,
yeah. He's getting in there now a little bit, but we're showing Clayton these hills. Not all Ohio is flat. You ask a southern guy, you're going up to Ohio where it's flat and nice big clean blocks. This is a little treacherous around here.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different, but
yeah, you can kind of tell in the background that's a hillside back there.
I'm standing at an angle.
Yeah, we're standing.
I believe he's across the road, ain't he?
Just across it.
Echoing in those hills.
This one will be easy. Good boy. Good job. Now the journey begins back to the truck. Walking tonight. Done in Coonhounds. When them dogs are banging them squirrels, man.
They stay split treed the whole time.
Yeah, they don't. There ain't no 2 dogs on the same tree that I've seen.
No, ever.
So we got Scream here. She's out of Coleton also. She's 19 months old. She hunts in her spring 1-year-old. Dad started training. When did you start training on her, Dad?
About 7 months old.
We got her when she was about 7
Well,
months old.
I had raised her, but I sold her to a kid and he didn't hunt. You might go that way. I don't care what you do. Go ahead and go.
To the woods.
First coon I ever treated with a dog I trained. I was about 11 years old. And we had come up here from West Virginia, and I didn't coon hunt then, but my dad squirrel hunted, and Butch fell on me, let us hunt on there. His son's letting us hunt tonight, but I really appreciated the years ago them letting us hunt, and then May Cunningham down the road here let us hunt, and this was our main hunting territory when I was younger.
He is taking some lead. There he comes.
So when you're starting pups, do you use a lot of cages or drags and stuff like that?
I'll turn coon loose for them. Yeah, I like to get a coon like off of a farmer, set a live trap, and turn it loose and let them. I don't like to do a lot of it, but just to get them running tree and a coon, because
Right.
if you're better off with a pup after they run and tree a couple trap release coon, is set some feeders up where they don't have to go too far, or they'll get so crazy when they know they're going to be on a coon. So as they get out of the truck, they'll dig and go around the truck running and stuff. I don't like that.
Dad, list some of the Buck Creek dogs that you've trained.
Red Hot Eye Knot. She tore the Russ Meyer hunt up. Let's see.
Style was next. You got
Style.
second in the Super
I got second in the Super Stakes with Buck Creek Style. Oh, man. Let's see, I can't remember what the next one was. Might have been Jackson. I done some winning with him. Don got him in the Super Stakes. I think he won 3 casts with him. I had a little falling out with the guy I sold him to, and Don ended up hunting him for the guy, and I didn't.
The thing I want to say about the dog trainer sometimes is he's kind of in the behind the scenes, man. Kind of like the horse trainer.
Sometimes,
He's kind of behind the scenes. A lot of he put food on the table selling dogs, and he would get them up, get them trained, and he would sell them. And it would, it built that barn and everything. And sometimes there would be big name dogs that would go out there, of course, like Smith and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had Smith when he first run and treat a coon. He was running. I showed him to Don at 8 months old, and he treated a couple coons. And the next morning, I didn't own him. Now Don didn't buy him. Larry Weaver bought him.
But Don did some
Yeah, Don did the finish work on him and won the 2 world hunts with him. But I really liked him, and then boy, I'm drawing a blank on. I know of.
You trained Ann.
Yeah, Ann. Well, that was a good one. Yeah, there she is. No, Axe was a real good strike dog, and some people put on the internet about striking. She babble mouth strike dog or running junk. She did run junk. She wasn't babbled mouth, but she'd run anything. And one thing I said is I've had quiet dogs and I've had good strike dogs, but I've never struck my way to victory. I always treat coon to win.
Right.
And if you got a coon at the end of it, you can take a last strike at a first tree.
That 100 can hurt you as well as it can help you.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do with that 100 strike. You ain't gonna go nowhere. You put yourself in a hole.
But I've never, in no cast, ever struck my way to victory. I always treat coons.
Like that right there?
Yeah, just like that. Hey, boss, I'm gonna go back to
That's another big one.
Look, screaming. Look, go baby, go baby. All right, did a good job on that. Yeah.
Tell me just some of the bigger hunts that you've won.
Well, peak in 1982, I won second in the PCA Nationals, which was their world hunt. I got a second in, can't remember what year it was. It was in the 2000s sometimes, with a called Buck Creek Style. That was a dog out of Bandit, Buck Creek Bandit. And let's see, I won the AKC hunt that they had called it was something to do with when a Dakota truck come out with an English, and I don't remember what year that was. Russ Myers, I won $29,000 at the Russ Myers hunt. And honestly, I never hunted as many hunts as a lot of people did, but for the time I showed up, I'd done a lot of, done it for the average. It was a good average,
right,
of winning. Not only do I have a great son, I've got a great daughter. She was a fantastic softball player. In her junior year, she got a scholarship to play for what was that school? The Nazarene College in Mount Vernon, and she ended up getting blood clots. Me, Don, Sean, and John are all brothers, and we've all had them, and our mother had them, and she got them. And she didn't get to play because she's got to take blood thinner now. But there's no tougher girl, and I have just as good a relationship with her as I do my son. And my wife has been very good to me and let me hunt and do the things and never run her mouth or said, I'm tired of this or sick of it. She just let me go, and I want to thank her for that also.
I've got a good woman behind me as well. The coon hunter's wife doesn't get enough credit either. They gotta, sometimes it's just, when I get home from work, it's just, especially this time of year, a kiss on the cheek and I'm gone, and it's, a coon hunter's wife is a special breed just as a coon hunter is.
Just to be married to a coon hunter.
Yeah.
Right.
And we forget to thank them for it and give them a little praise for it. I also would like to thank Jason Carson for talking to Dave Fellamy and letting us hunt over here, because now we would have not had this good a hunt over at the house. Around my house, it's like the boneyard, and we've been hunting over there, and dogs going a mile and stuff like that. We've had a good hunt over here because nobody's really put no pressure on them over here. I hunted in a hunt that Coleton had at his house and scored 600 plus, and that's why I thought of this place, to show these dogs on a snowy night. I didn't just take them to the old stuff we hunt in. I brought them over to a nicer place. So I'm not giving all the credit to the dogs.
But it is snowing and cold and windy.
Yes, it is. and we've treed some coons.
Yep.
I think we've treed 5 in a den tree. And we'll tree another one before it's all said and done.
How far is it?
1,000 yards.
Hey Colton, is there any way we can get closer to him if we go up?
There he comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There'll be trees there.
Yeah.
Give him some more.
Two of them.
Coming out there.
He got him. There's-
I got him killed.
There's two of them.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that one came up out of the den, and there's another one in the den.
Oh, he got him.
Yep.
Got to hunt with 3 different pups out of Crow, different ages and different females, and saw them all pretty good. And I think that's pretty good.
So is that 7 or 8 now?
That's 7. Treat. Take away the one that Crow treed, and let's see, each dog is treed too. And it's pretty rough night out.
I really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, filming it, and getting to meet these guys. And if you're liking these videos and you want to see more of them, make sure you hit the like button below and also become a subscriber to this channel. By doing that, you help this channel grow and get recommended to more people like me and you. And for the long-time subscribers and those on Patreon, I really appreciate your support, and thank you for watching.